Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about follow-up surveys. So what these are is when you survey the people who you did the baseline surveys with and then you educated, you will then do the follow-up surveys to see whether you actually taught them where their source water comes from and also whether they have changed their behaviors and their attitudes concerning water. So let's get started. So I'm just going to share my screen so that we can see my presentation. Okay, so this part is going to be about follow-up surveys. So first we're going to talk about us and what we do, and we're going to talk about you, and we're going to talk about follow-up surveys and the grand prize, and we'll acknowledge our sponsors, of course, and we'll talk about the next webinar and contact information. So we have been a registered charity since 1998. Our mission is to educate the leaders of today and tomorrow about drinking water quality issues to realize our goal of safe drinking water being available to every Canadian. We send water testing kits to schools, and we have other water education programs. So what grade are you representing? Go ahead and type in the chat the letter for the grade that you're representing. Is it K to grade 4? Is it grade 5 to 8? Is it 9 to 12? And then once you're done that, type in a number to represent where your school is located. So type the number which corresponds to where your school is located. So if you're in the Yukon Territory or Northwest Territories, I don't think we have anybody from Nunavut, but if you're from Nunavut, then also please press 1. And if you're from BC, then enter 2. If you're from Alberta, Saskatchewan, or Manitoba, 3. If you're from Ontario or Quebec, number 4. And if you're from Newfoundland, New Brunswick, PEI, or Nova Scotia, please press 5. Okay, great. Now that we have a little bit more of an idea of who is with us today, let's talk about the follow-up survey. So once you have educated the community, you will return to the same people that you initially surveyed the first time and ask them the same questions to see what they learned. So be sure to ask the same questions that were on your first survey to see how attitudes and behaviors have changed. Remember that someone's data only counts if they took the first survey, they were educated, and they complete the follow-up survey. So if someone did not complete the first survey and did not see any educational materials, then they could participate if you give them the initial survey and talk to them about your issue. And you must also allow them some time to change their attitudes and behaviors. It is important to keep track of everyone who takes the initial survey. It is only possible to see how attitudes have changed if their participants have completed the first survey, learned about the water issue, and completed the follow-up survey. If any of those components are missing, then the participants' answers cannot be used. You will also need to distribute your survey, so this will probably be based on how you have kept track of the participants who took the first survey. So if you sent them an email and that worked well, then sending them an email with a follow-up survey would probably be a good plan. It will easily allow your survey to be passed around to friends and family. You might also want to try a Google form, so if you have a Gmail account, this nicely records the answers of everyone who completes your survey. You can also have paper copies, so you can pass out paper copies, which will give you a chance to talk to your audience and explain your questions if necessary. And you can also just talk to them face-to-face and record their answers. So remember that you will need to keep track of the number of people you surveyed, how many people are volunteering, how many teachers are participating, and how many students are involved. These will be important to report on to meet the competition criteria. Here is a note on calculations. So some examples for calculating percentages. So for example, from the 347 people who completed the initial survey, 229 people correctly answered, "From where does your water come?" So the percent of correct participants would be 229 who got it correct over 347, which is the total, which would be about 0.66 or 66%. When asked again in the follow-up survey, say 332 out of 347 participants answered correctly, then the percentage of correct participants would be the 332 who got the answer correct over the 347 participants in total, which would give you 96 hundredths or 0.96 or 96%. So here are some questions to remember. Remember that it's not only water conservation that is important, we need to have safe drinking water. So what are some causes of water pollution? Who uses water before it comes to your home? What needs to happen for the water to be drinkable? So those are some things that you might want to ask your survey participants about as well. Any questions thus far? Just going to stop share for a second here and see. Okay, no, we don't have any questions. So let's go back to the presentation. Okay. Oh, did I skip one there? No. Okay. The grand prize. So the winning school will be presented with a grand prize, which will include a water bottle filling station for your school and a commemorative plaque. And the grand prize package has a value of $3,000. So if there is additional funding available, then your school will also get some more water testing kits and or some reusable water bottles. So thank you for joining today and taking part in the competition to raise awareness about water issues. Thank you to the W. Garfield Weston Foundation and RBC for their help, for their sponsorship, their funding. The next webinar will be held Tuesday, December 3rd at 12 p.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Mountain, and so on. It will be about final reports, and your final reports will be due Friday, December 20th. So if you want a chance at winning that grand prize, or if you're in Saskatchewan, you want to have a chance of winning the Saskatchewan prize, make sure that you get that final report into us by Friday, December 20th. And the form is on our webpage, the Student Action Competition webpage. So you can just go there and complete the form that's right there on the webpage. Recordings of the webinars will be available in case there's a day you are unable to attend. Any information you need will also be on our website at this link. And attending webinars also allows you to chat with us about any immediate questions you have, or if there's anything you are unsure about. You can also bounce around ideas with us and other schools. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact myself or Rachel at 306-934-0389 or email me at info@safewater.org. And be sure to check out our website as well. Thank you, everyone. That's all I have for you today. Be sure to contact me if you have any questions or need any help with anything, and have a great rest of the day.